Bitch. No, you don't disrespect me like that. There we go. And no. All right, here we.
Oh, it is live.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? This is Mama Roxy Sears. I'm here for your wallets, your purses, and your pocketbooks, baby. Your hearts and your minds. I am
Excuse
introducing.
you.
This is my baby, my
Hello.
daughter-in-law, and her name is.
Brittany.
And you know, this is a series, part two of the medical marijuana conversation. So if you have anything that you would like to know about medical marijuana, about edibles, or about anything that got to do with making you feel a little better. Hello,
Hello.
family. Hello. Hey, Darlene. What up, baby? I'm so glad to have you all here today. And let's get started. So you know we left off last Wednesday. Was it last Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Last Tuesday. On talking about medical marijuana and all the benefits and everything that you can get from using this plant, because that's what it is a plant, and it comes from the earth. And if there's anything that you would like to know, I like the picture behind y'all. Oh, thank you very much, darling. Thank you. And you see that one right there? Yeah, you see that? But I love you, cuz you see my little cherry blossoms back there too that come from you. But yes, ladies, so if there's anything, any questions that you may want to know, please feel free. Now, you know that she works in. Please tell them who you work for.
I work in the cannabis industry, and I currently work for People's Choice of Jackson. So, if you are a medical patient, stop in. We will be going rec soon. So, for everybody else waiting, you'll be able to come in soon.
Now, when you say rec, what do you mean by rec? Explain that.
Well, in the state of Michigan, we are legalized recreationally. So, you don't need a medical card to get into a dispensary. You can just walk in, basically. You have to be over the age of 21.
Oh, you have to be over the age of 21?
Yep, for the recreational. If it's medical, it just depends if the doctor prescribes it to you or not.
Okay. So I have a question. Is it hard to get a medical marijuana script?
Nope. All you need is a diagnosis sheet from your doctor saying any of the qualifications for medical marijuana.
Mm-hmm.
And you will go to a weed doctor, and they look at your paperwork and see if you qualify, and they basically write it off, and then you pay the state, and then you get your card in a week to 4 weeks.
It's a weed doctor, as you say. Yes, ma'am. You can also get a script for anxiety, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when you say a weed doctor, is the weed doctor like a regular doctor?
He is technically a real doctor, but basically a lot of them are former doctor. Well, they're still doctors, but instead of doing the typical family medicine, they have gone to the holistic medicine. So they are the ones that generally believe in the plant and believe that it's medicine. So they're all for the movement, basically.
Okay. Okay. Well, so I like that. So what the reason I ask is because when you say a weed doctor, and if I needed to take this, hello, Mr. P, how you doing? Welcome back. It's like if I would be able to take this to anybody, I'll be able to take it to, say like if I moved into a place that didn't allow smoking, but if I had this card from him.
It just depends on the place. Some places will allow it medically, some will not. So it just depends on the place.
Okay, but if I had to go see somebody else, he would be able to actually stand up or be recognized as a regular doctor.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
They're all fully licensed.
Now, the type of weed that we're smoking today, What's the name of it?
This
Hello,
is
darling.
Ethos Cookie.
She said, "I wonder if it is difficult to." You say difficulty. Write that again, baby. It goes so fast. Write that again for me, Darlene. Now you say what? What is the name of this?
This is Ethos Cookie, which is typically an indica dominant, which is going to help with anxiety, pain, sleep,
What is that? Difficulties. Vertigo. Does it work for vertigo?
It does, actually. They're doing studies where, like, vertigo, where it's actually helping the onset of dementia patients.
Oh, wow.
And help growing back certain cells in your brain.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like I told y'all before, this is a amazing product. I got a little backlash from a couple of people about the video.
It's a stomach problem. Yes, there are things that can help with stomach problems. And there is another known cannabinoid that they just found to actually treat pancreatic cancer, which is generally untreatable.
Oh, wow.
Inflammatory infection in one or small pouches, yes. It can do all of that if you're medicating the right way. And it just depends on the person as well. You have to find kind of what's right for you.
So that would be the purpose of going to the medical marijuana doctor. And they should be able to describe the right amount and the right medication, right?
Most of that will be on your bud tenders. Once you go into the dispensary, they're going to be the ones that help you find what is going to work for you.
Oh, okay. I got you now. So, now what I would like to know from you is what's next? Does it help with pain and nausea? She would like to know.
Yes. And depending on your pain, I personally use edibles. I smoke too for pain, but if you're looking for a little more deeper relief and a little more longer effects, edibles are definitely the way to go.
Now, we talked about pills the last time, and for me, the pills were kind of too strong, and they sent me on a little, but I felt so much better. I think the dosage was just too high for me.
Nausea and pain. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, it can. But there also are pills that are weed pills that you can actually take.
And they do have them in different doses. We did give you kind of a strong one. They have them as low as 5 milligrams.
Okay.
And as far up to like 200 sometimes. Depending on the person, they can probably have more. But legalized and state tested, nothing is going to be over 200 milligrams.
Okay. So for me, it wasn't no after effects. I mean, they continued to help for days. I felt amazingly, and I wasn't going through. You say, is it legally to mail? No.
Nope. Technically, there are lots of ways. Edibles are way easier to get away with because it doesn't have a smell. So yeah, a lot of companies definitely ship edibles.
Now, just for a regular person that's not from a edible store or edible company, would they be able to ship you anything?
Generally they won't unless you have a medical card in your current state. There are a lot of black market ones that probably will. So I mean, that would be the only difference. You don't know if it is state tested. You don't know if it is what it says it is. So it's just safer to go to a dispensary, get carded, and go to a dispensary.
Okay. Is there anything else out there that you guys would like to know? I was more concerned because I have lupus neuropathy and connective tissue disease. And right now, I'm having issues with my whole entire forearms on both of them. And if y'all can see how swollen my hands are. They look terrible right now.
They do look really swollen.
And she brought me an edible.
You can show the piece.
This is the piece I took. And how many milligrams is this? Hey, Julie.
Well, this is the package. You probably can't really see it too well, but it is 100 milligrams for the full package, mind you.
Right.
That's a gummy in her hand, and there's another gummy in here. So each piece would be 50 milligrams. And like I said in the last video, when you're doing edibles, and if you're new at it, you definitely want to start at like 5 to 10 milligrams.
Right, so that's like taking a little small bite the way I just took,
you would
right?
have to cut it in like almost like 6 pieces, just the one gummy. But
so how much does something like that cost in this little pack?
That usually depends too. Generally 100 milligrams are usually between $10 and $20.
So it's like you paying like $10 to $5 for each little piece that's in there.
Basically.
And how long do you think something like that would last?
It just depends how you dose. If you're a newbie, I mean, this could last you like a day or two, maybe 3 days, depending on how often you medicate. Like me, I would literally take half of this gummy at one time. So that's generally what helps me with my pain and sleep and anxiety. It looks like a condom wrapper.
Oh, it looks like a condom wrapper? No, it's not a condom wrapper. But now, what does this, and what is that called? What's the name of that?
This is an edible from Sweet Stone.
It's from Sweet. So y'all got different companies that ship y'all different things?
Yes, there are. Also, so you guys can take 75 milligram gummies. So you would basically take a full one of this and like a half of the other one.
Yeah, that's what she would take. But because
how do they make you feel?
Right, she want to know how does it make you feel. I just took this 15 minutes ago.
20 minutes ago.
And it hasn't hit me yet. But you see that I'm smoking medical marijuana as well. It hasn't hit me just yet.
This also.
She said, "Oh, yes, it feels great. It feels great, don't it? Yes, it does. Very great." And like I said, I've been down. Everything is just messed up. So they just got here. I took it like 20 minutes ago. And it hasn't took effect just yet. So I'm sitting, y'all see how I am right now. Regular eyes, no nothing. I will let you know as soon as it hits me or whatever. But I also have my son in the room with me. Say hello.
What up?
He trying to act like he don't want to be seen. Ain't that something?
Just watch your back.
Help with anxiety and hurting my baby, Miss Julie.
I had a knee surgery, so it helps me a lot.
Your cousin say, "Hey, boo."
Hey.
Miss Julie, let me tell you something. When I tell you that it helps with pain, when I tell you that it helps with anxiety and the hurting in your joints,
or if you don't like smoking or edibles, there are rubs you can use.
Now, when you say about the rub, how effectively and how fast does that work?
That generally, for me, like 10 minutes or so. It depends on the potency. And FYI, it doesn't get you high. So also, if you don't want to be high, but you want to have that pain relief, rubs are really good.
She used to bring them to me after my basketball games. Like when I was in college, she used to come rub them on my knee because I had knee surgery. I tore my ACL, meniscus, and 3/4 of my hamstring.
Oh my God! Right, I remember that.
And in college. It was starting to hurt again. She brought that rub and helped me a lot. Helped me get through a lot of practices.
So let me ask you a question. Since you use the rub,
put it over you.
will that show in your system? Will
No.
that be in your system when you use that?
No.
The rubs will not.
And we got drug tested.
Oh,
I
okay.
passed all my drug tests.
Okay.
Yeah, I got random drug tests that we had.
All right.
So.
Miss Julie, I use the lotion and also helps pain in legs and arms
Yes.
and aches. So you use the lotion? So how does it start out for you, Miss Julie, when you use that lotion? I mean, how does it feel on the skin? What kind of, did you have a reaction from it or anything like that?
Ooh.
Now, I don't think I used the oil before, but I tell you what I have had. My son made brownies, and what was the use of the how many milligrams and
That was 200 milligrams of CBD.
so the CBD, it doesn't have the same effect as
CBD is the non-psychoactive part of the plant. So it has all the healing properties, all the medical benefits, just without the high.
oh, okay.
It's also
okay.
good for pain, anxiety.
Close the door. So now, to me, I've had the brownies that he made, that he actually made at home himself. And the only thing that it made me feel was I felt relaxed.
Yeah.
I didn't feel
Yeah.
any anxiety, anything. I just felt relaxed. It's gonna pop up here too, and we'll be able to see
Exactly,
it.
yeah, it does take the pain away.
Yeah, it does. And Miss Julie says, if y'all can't see it, no reaction at all. It's using the store-bought lotion, but takes
Pain
okay,
away,
that's
yeah.
what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm
Basically.
talking about. Because sometimes, for you guys out there, like I said, I got a lot of backlash from a couple of people, and I dropped a couple of people. They dropped me because of these videos. And what I wanted to say, I'm doing these videos. I told y'all I am about the realest person that you're gonna ever meet. I don't have anything to hide. And when I came and started this channel, it was for people like me that were having the mental issues, that were having the body issues, anxiety and all of that, right? I started that. And what happened was she came into our lives and it just started making a big difference for me as far as dealing with so many other medical issues. And when I started with the episodes, when I started with the medical marijuana and different things, it just made me feel a lot better. So I wanted to bring us, especially her, to you guys that's going through all the issues, that's going through all the anxiety. And the medication that the doctors are giving you is not working.
Or giving
And
you bad side effects.
yes, it does give you bad side effects. I am a believer of that. So if I could find something that's actually helping me to help you guys, that's the reason for the videos. To give you
Just education.
Yes.
And to break the stigma, it's a plant. It helps people. I have patients every day, between cancer patients, between former addicts, from people with fibromyalgia, people with lupus, people with arthritis, people with just literally about anything you can think of. And to hear their stories, like, it has brought me to tears how marijuana has helped them. And or the people say they've been on so many pills, or they were on these drugs, or they were drinking so much alcohol. But once they found marijuana, it changed their lives for the better.
I was just reading from Miss Julie. She says when you are in pain and you need help and you hate pills and doctors, this is the purest
Amen.
of medical plants You can get, yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
and
you
the
are
thing
absolutely
is,
right.
you have receptors for cannabis in your body. You don't have receptors for anxiety medicine, for depression medicine, for like all these things, or even pain like Percocets or Vicodin or whatever they give people nowadays. Those things have serious side effects. And I mean, if you look at any former NFL players that use cannabis, they will tell you about all of the pill use that they were on and how it affected them mentally. And once they switched to cannabis, how their life has changed. They became better parents, better husbands, just better people in general. Like, it is so interesting. Like, that's all I do is research. I love the plant. I love cannabis. I love the industry. I love everything about it. And it kills me when people think it's a bad thing or think it's a drug, because it's really not.
Did y'all hear what she said? I'm allergic to almost all pain meds. This is the
Because
only
your
thing
body isn't
I'm not
supposed
allergic
to
to.
have it.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right, Miss Julie. I promise you, I've had from medications that my doctors have prescribed to me. I have had some of the worst side effects from them, far as my skin burning from the inside out, as far as gaining weight and couldn't lose the weight because of the pill. It's just unbelievable. And they give you another medication to go on top of the medication that they just gave you.
And these medicines probably shouldn't be mixed together, which causes more side effects.
Yes, just like I told you a couple of months ago, my when I found I had neuropathy, this doctor prescribed to me seven. I can take between 7 to 10 pills at one time with the pills that he gave me. 7 to 10 pills at one time to help with my neuropathy. When I looked at him, I'm already taking like 15 to 20 pills every day. And then when he told me that, I was like, what? With all the medication that I got, it's okay to take these pills. Yes.
But they're lying to you people.
Starlene said, can she move in with us?
We can be pretty fun.
Yeah, we're a hot mess, to tell the truth. But it's the education, it's the knowing different choices that you have to make you feel good is why we do this video. We have so many things to talk to you about. We have so many different things to show you. And this is going to be a Tuesday series where she come on and she show you different things. She has a class coming up. You love my specs? Thank you, man. Thank you guys. You love our specs.
Honestly, thanks.
Now, so we're gonna be here every Tuesday at 7:30, 8 o'clock, to enlighten y'all on different things that
I have lots of cancer patients
mm-hmm.
that also cannabis has changed their life, and a lot of them have refused chemo because marijuana works so well. They also use RSO, which is probably one of the best things for cancer patients.
What is RSO?
It's Rick Simpson oil. It is basically he's a guy who created it. He had skin cancer and he basically cured his own skin cancer. But I have, like I said, I have patients every day. Had a guy come in 6 months later, like from using the RSO. His doctor, he came in, said, "Guess what?" I was like, "What?" He's like, "My cancer is gone," and he started crying, and I started crying, and I have patients make me cry all the freaking time. It's lovely.
See what I talk about when I say the benefits? Reap the benefits. Get the knowledge that we're trying to teach you today and reap the benefits. Try,
What is so bad about a plant that grows from the ground that you do nothing with, where you don't know where these pills came from. They're
No.
man-made.
Yes,
So how
they
is
are.
that okay? And another thing to throw in, parents, cannabis parents. Like, okay, I grew up in a generation where my parents or my uncles would be like, hey, go get a beer, or go grab my cigarettes, or whatever. Why is it so bad that I would be like, hey, like, go grab a lighter for me or something? I don't know. You just have to really educate your kids like you would any other prescription. Like, you have your prescription, you know, up somewhere. You have your prescriptions up.
Right.
So you explain to your kids, this is my medicine. Um, it helps me with this and that. You have to really explain, especially if they're younger, you have to explain what they're for. And you put it up like you would any other thing. You have to normalize it.
So Mike says, okay, I agree. Weed is okay, but heroin comes from a plant too.
Okay, well, in that aspect, but there's still things done to it to make it the drug. There's things added to it.
Listen, I can't say too much
And
about
what
that
medical
heroin.
benefits is from heroin? I
Right.
mean,
And I can't say too much about heroin. I know the effects of heroin. I know all of that. But when you just said heroin, you got to process heroin. I'm quite sure. You got to beat it down to in order for you to get what you got to get out of heroin, right? But when you pull that plant, you actually pull that plant and nothing else is done to that plant. Ain't nothing sprayed on it unless he just, I don't know if they spray anything on it, but it's just bagged up, clipped up, scrunched up, and put in a bag. That's what it's done to.
okay, well, I guess maybe more of the thing with America and its heroin problem is it's people
Killing people.
putting shit into it that and doing too
It's
much
not
of
natural. It's not natural. Everything, come on now, be serious. You know, if you talking about the marijuana or the opium, is that what you're talking about? I don't know too much about the opium. Have you known anybody to die off of marijuana? Just regular marijuana with nothing that nobody else gave them or put on them or added to it? Just regular marijuana. Nothing added to it, nothing. Opium is added to it, boo. It has to be some. I don't know, but I'm gonna have to look into how they actually make it. But if you actually look into look into how marijuana is made. Look at the whole little video from
or
the
if
spot
you're
of them
so worried
growing.
about other people, then grow it yourself because that is legal. Well, in Michigan it is legal, and other states, just depending where you're at.
She said, Miss Julie says, these gummies and the slushies, you can't beat. I can't smoke. Lungs are bad, but these are bum diggity. Yes, ma'am, they are. I've never had the slushy before.
I've had a slushy
You had
before.
the slushy
Oh, they're
before?
so good.
Really?
Yes.
I've never had a slushy before. But, hold on, Mike, baby. Mike said it depends on the person's mental state. I know guys that got all paranoid and shit, then tried suicide on marijuana. Listen, I don't know about that one. I've never heard of anybody doing those things on marijuana. Hello, Positive Joseph. How are you? Listen, I don't know too much about that part, but I can tell you marijuana been around for so long. I don't get gunju, weed, whatever you want to call it. It's been around for a while. I've
Or to
never
each his own.
known.
We're just trying to educate
Right.
merely and break the stigma for those people who do smoke. And you shouldn't be ashamed of it. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
And take the edibles and the slushies and
I mean, it's
gummies.
clearly a plant. It has leaves. It's got a stem from the root. Like,
So I'm so glad you made it too, Positive Joseph. Thank you. But I just don't understand. Listen, we could sit here all day chit chatting about heroin. Not ashamed. I had a
whitey
white.
lassie. What the hell does that mean? Like,
What the heck is a
oh my
whitey?
gosh, I can't do it.
Tell me what a whitey is, Joseph. Yes, I'm telling you, it works wonders. Oh, you bit off a bit more than what you can chew. Can I ask you a question? What is a whitey?
Spinning?
What is a whitey first? He said he started spinning. What is it?
I don't know what that is.
Now,
I've never
I
heard
want
that
you
term.
to know it's been like, what, 25 minutes? Almost. And I'm finna tell you. You can't move? Oh, okay. We was just talking that I had the edible. Oh, oh,
Something for this nerve pain. Any recommendations? Do you smoke flower where you prefer edible? The can store, yeah.
yes. Thank you, Miss Julie. She said that they have had things with they, but that was bought from the gas
Yeah,
station.
don't buy stuff from gas stations, people. I can't even tell you what it is. So please go to recreational shops, go get your medical card, go to dispensaries and be safe about it. Never tried anything. Well, I mean, if you're open to flower, that would be a good place to start, just because it won't be as an intense of a high. If you're not looking for a high, you can try CBD and maybe try some THC rub.
Okay, Positively Dustin said he never tried anything, so he's a newbie. Mike says, "Hey, he's wanted to know if he can ask a question. How do you suppress the munchies?" Listen, y'all, everybody don't get the munchies after they smoke or
That's
have
mostly
the edibles.
it depends on the strain and your body
Yeah.
chemicals, because yeah, there's certain strains that, like, generally, okay, indicas will give you the munchies is what they say, but not all indicas will give you the munchies. It just always depends on the strain. Weed Maps and Leafly are great places. If you have, like, questions and you feel uncomfortable asking people, either ask us on here or go to Weed Maps and Leafly. Like, all the questions, anything you want to know about strains or, like, what would work, like, you could literally go to Weed Maps and Leafly, type in, like, you want something for nausea, or you want something for pain, or you want something for whatever reason you want it for. And it will tell you, and, you can read people's reviews. You can even ask people on there if they get the munchies from that.
All right, Miss Julie says she never got the munchies. Mike says, I like smoking, but just eat like a pig after a toke. It's what you smoking, probably.
Yeah,
it's probably what you smoking. Because sometimes, I don't get the munchies. I just want to just sit back and just relax. Like right now, okay, it's time for me to talk about the edible I just had like 25 minutes ago.
What should you smoke? Well, do you have anxiety or anything?
Now, right now, I was hurting extremely bad in my arms, both my forearms. I'm moving a lot better. I feel a little
Just don't want the munchies, okay?
more relaxed. I feel a little lightheaded. That's how I feel, but you also see that I'm smoking too. But I just feel more relaxed and a little more calmer than what I was feeling early. As far as the pain, my pain is slowly going away. And I really not feeling anything, actually. I feel, just like I said, relaxed and calm and less pain. Seriously, none at all. Nope, I just want, he said he just want munchies. He wants to know what would he get, could he smoke or do without having to get the munchies.
Generally, so if you don't have anxiety, I would definitely suggest a sativa that usually suppresses appetite, where the indica makes you want to eat.
Okay.
Or Jack Herer is a good strain. Moby Dick. you can do CBD, will also make you not so hungry. But I mean, unless you like, getting the high, then I mean, I guess that's a different story.
Okay. Mr. Positively Joseph, he says, can I get the cream online or do I have to go to the dispensary?
I would recommend. I mean, you can get it online. Line is definitely safer than the gas station.
Please don't go to the gas
Please don't
station.
go to the gas station. Don't get flour. Don't get pre-rolls. Don't get gummies. Don't get none of that from gas stations. Please, just
Because it's really I don't think they don't test that stuff, right?
no. I would definitely say like go to Weed Maps. Weed Maps will tell you anything legal. So if you go to Weed Maps, you can get all the legit places to get it from, and then yes, some will definitely ship.
Listen, baby. Positively Joseph. Am I saying that right? I'm so sorry, baby. She a she, not a he. I'm sorry, baby. These little pictures, you be trying to see the little pictures. You can't see the pictures of
Well,
anybody.
and I'm blind, so.
Oh, you're not by yourself. So listen, is there anything else you guys would like to know about medical marijuana today? About what should you smoke or things like that? If you are a new starter, what should you start
And
with?
if you're in the Jackson area, I am having a Cannabis 101 class. Location is still unknown. I can keep you guys updated on that. But at the end of the month, we are having a Cannabis 101 class. So you should come in and check it out. And
So-
it's for anybody.
So for you guys that can't be there, we're going to.
Oh, yeah,
I'm a
video it.
videotape it. It's not going to be live, but I will videotape for you guys. Really? Yes, ma'am. Storyteller with a twist.
I work at a dispensary, and we are basically trying to educate the community and get everybody involved. So, just trying to break the stigma and educate people.
You say hey, Alabama a little too far. Ha ha ha. I'm sorry, Judy, baby. I will go and videotape it. I won't be live with you guys doing the videotaping of of her class. We would just have to ask questions that following Tuesday. All right. But I will. I am so happy that you guys came out and chit chatted with me, and
Brittany the Blunt Fairy.
she is, y'all. Can you mail me something? Can I mail you something, Darlene Humphrey?
Can she DM you somehow?
She say she
Hit me up on Instagram.
hit me. Yes, I got an Instagram page, and you will see her on mine. So it's Roxy Kelly 1968 on Instagram.
Or mine is buns_blazed.
I'm sorry, yeah. But we have been out here now. It's been almost 40 minutes. I'm so glad you guys came, and I'm so glad you answered asked questions. I hope that we answered them. And if you need to know something else, we will be back with you guys Tuesday. Next Tuesday. That's going to be part 3 of this series. So come on in and join in with us, please. Come on back and have your questions ready. Good night, everybody. Y'all all have a great rest of y'all night as well.
Night.
I love you guys. Thank y'all for coming to see me. Mama Roxy says, I'm here for your wallet, your purses, and your pocketbooks, baby. Now, if you look at the first part of this video, you will see that I didn't say all of that. I wasn't feeling good. I'm feeling all right now. Love y'all. Bye.